about how the public is impacting teachers, I write my own narrative and share it everywhere I go. We're online on social media, it can go viral, right? But when I say I mean it that you matter, it's important because you heard me shout out a couple of names, right, in that poem. And when we think about the purpose and why this workshop, why this PD is called a Purpose Pack, is because Purpose Pack is something that I want you to think of. So you have all these stories, right? Y'all have students that you've impacted for years, right? You've been teaching, you have students that came back and said thank you, parents, stakeholders, right? So, but is there anywhere that that impact lives beyond your mind, right? Is there anywhere that that impact lives? Do you save the letters? Do you put them together? Do you have a digital archive on your phone, right? These are important because on the days when you're worn out, you need to reflect on why you do what you do. And what I've learned about this is that having artifacts, having go-to points, right? Having a plan, so it's like, look, I'm going to pull my hair out, right? Like, I am tired, worn out, I've been there, right? I've been burnt out, I know what that feels like. And I also know what it's like to show up and still have to have my life going on at the same time, right? So it's moments like this, and this is like, I'm sharing with you all what a purpose pack can look like, right? As I said, I was a high school teacher. I worked with all grade levels at this point in my career, right? But, you know, inevitably, some of you all, 10 years from now, your students may find you on social media. It could be a harrowing experience, right? But sometimes they find you, they leave great messages. One message from one of my students, hey, Mr. Brady, this is Jin Sue, how's it going? So good to see you on Instagram. I don't know how you find. Please follow me back. I am so inspired by you, and I am now a teacher teaching students to find their dreams and hope in their JC. Thank you for all that you were to me. So I am now a teacher teaching students to find their dreams and hope in JC. Thank you all. See, I'm getting emotional right now. Thank you for all that you were to me. Blessings. Bless my life. Another student said, there have been many people who have impacted my life, many of them in all different types of ways, through tough love, through encouragement, through plain old love. However, if I had to choose one person throughout my life that has made the greatest impact, it would be my dream director. She called me a dream director. My mentor, my friend, Frank Brady. Or as we call him, Francisco, Fresh Frank. Best of all, Frank, Mr. Wonderful. This gentleman has impacted my life in such huge ways, in more ways than he can ever imagine. In all honesty, I do not think he knows how much he has impacted my life in such a short time, period. Right? We all have these examples. And then we have the more lively examples. So, in my short time in the elementary school, right, I used to do a teen life conference, right, for 5th graders, 6th graders, right, getting ready to transition into middle school. And here's a clip of me like 13 years ago, something like that. Right, so check this out. This is part of my purpose pack.
What's your elementary school? Guys, when I say no, what do you guys say? No? No? All right, you guys are amazing. Say hi.
This is 13 years ago, right? It's a great memory for me because it brings me back to a time. Yes, I did used to have long hair. Yes, I did cut it. These kids did stretch the locks off my head. So it was a real thing. But it brings me back to a time period of happiness. Every time I go back to it, I'm happy because I remember what I was able to accomplish with these kids, right? This is the purpose pack. Different images of my impact, right? Like assemblies, classrooms, a parent hugging me for making an impact on their child, right? The first time I did a PD with teachers. And then me doing my thing going back into the classroom, right? Like, these moments are things that you want to have, but they have to live somewhere because you need them to empower you. So, you already guess what your assignment is, right? Your assignment is to start to archive your own purpose packs, right? Like, start to really archive your own purpose packs. And what does that look like? We're going to take some time. And what I want you to do, make sure I find my little red shirt right here. Yeah, what I want you to do is I want you to start to think about, collect these things, right? Like you impacted staff, students, colleagues. What are those meaningful stories and moments, right, that you have, right? What are those meaningful? You can have those conversations at your tables, right, with your colleagues. But I want you to start to think about that. If you have your phone, put them together, right? Or reflect on what are those stories, those moments of impact that you were told where it's like, you did that for me, I'm grateful, right? Start to think of those. Start to pull them together. If you have them on your phone, screenshot them. I recommend putting them in some type of folder on your phones, right? If you don't already have that, but also reflect on that too. So start to reflect on them, have some conversations about them, revisit those moments